Okay. So it's recording now. So I think the first thing we got to do is I'm going to open the practice final and the real final both on my computer screen, and then we can compare the two. Okay. Cool. But the final should go as smoothly as the midterm did, and a lot of people did really, really good on the midterm. So I don't imagine that much difficulty with the final. But anyways. Okay, so everyone can see this, right? I have the practice final on the left and the real final on the right.
No, we can only see one.
You can only see one?
Yeah. Wait 1 sec. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Okay.
they're both on side by side.
All right, so you see this one and this one.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, great. Okay, so so I know that some new people just came in. Just a show of hands, how many of you watched the video with the oh, I gotta get this out of the way. With the solutions to the practice final? I'll go to the video right now. This video. It's okay if you haven't, then just, like I said before, this video is gonna be your best friend when doing the real thing. But it's fine if you haven't. I'll just, okay. So what we should do right now is pick a question from the real final, which is right here. What is a class, what do you think is the hardest, and then we can do it together. But even though it's like completely your choice, I will tell you right now, I highly recommend that you choose question 4 because it's the longest. But again, it's up to you guys. So how's everyone doing this morning?
Doing all right. Still working on that math project.
Yeah. How's everyone's finals going so far?
Pretty good.
Good? Okay.
Yeah. Question 4 was where I stopped and to practice. This me only. Final
Question 4 is where you stopped to. Okay. This is your only final you got to worry about. Okay. Well, lucky for you, this finals is very easy. In case you haven't noticed, there's 3 extra credit questions on the bottom. Please do them. 5, 10, 15 points. That's a letter grade and a half. I'm just saying, not that. I was surprised to see that not that many people did the extra credit questions on the midterm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Osman, to answer your question about the grades, I'm currently cooped up in my parents' house because, and my grade book is in my apartment. So I haven't been really grading assignments lately, but I will grade them eventually. So sorry about that.
I think you should stick with Emily's choice.
The question 4?
Yeah.
Okay. But don't worry, Osman. I will grade everything eventually. But as of this point, everyone's doing excellent in this class. So yeah. So are we good with doing question 4?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we will get started. So, well, first of all, so if you looked at the, before we get started, I will say a couple things. If you looked at the practice final at all, so questions 1 through 3 is concerned with making the class circle type. And question 4 is concerned with making a class sphere type that inherits from it. And the real final is very similar, where this time questions 1 through 3 is concerned with making a class called rectangle type. And then question 4 is concerned with making a class called brick type that inherits from rectangle type. So in order for me to do this question, I'm going to have to, well, I'll just show you. So I'm going to open Visual Studio. I will save this. No, that's not it. I'll just save it here. So this is going to be, okay, I'm going to have to hide this over here, I think. So I guess the first thing I'll do is get the main, the main.cpp. And I need I can only do question 4, assuming I already did questions 1 through 3 already. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the class from one of my other files. So this project here, it contained it contained all the classes from both the practice final and the real final. I'm only going to grab brick type. Copy this. Oh no, I need this one, right? I'll copy this and then go back here. I'll paste it here. Cool. So now it's there. I'll add it, like add. Okay, so I just added my rectangle type.h class here. I'm not gonna open it, of course, because you gotta write this yourself with questions 1 through 3. But I will be making the brick type class that's going to inherit from it. And you'll see how easy this is. So I wonder if there's a way I can hide this camera thing. Okay. So I'm going to step through these questions, the steps of this question one by one, and just stop me if you get confused, okay? So create a class called brick type that inherits from rectangle type. Use the following steps. So the first thing I got to do is make a new header file called brick type, right? Brick type.h, add. That pragma once there, keep that there, okay? Now go back to rectangle type.h and change the keyword private to protected. I believe I already did that. Let's see. No. This should be protected. It doesn't matter. Okay. So that's the first step done. I'll cross that out. Everyone can see this well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, okay, good. The next step, step 2, says create a new header file called bricktype.h to hold the bricktype class, include iostream, and I made another mistake here. It shouldn't be circle type, it should be rectangle type. My bad. That'll be a lesson. Don't abuse Control C, Control V too much. But yeah. So we need to include iostream and using namespace standard. Like that. And we also need to include the class that we're inheriting from, which is rectangle type. So we're going to include rectangle type.h, like that. So that's step 2 out of the way. Then have brick type publicly inherit rectangle type by setting the member access specifier equal to public. Okay, so making a class is very easy. First, you use the key term class. You say the class name, which is in this case is going to be brick type.h. And I'm going to have a single colon. The next term I need is the member access specifier. In this case, it's going to be the keyword public. And then I need to say the class in which I'm inheriting from. In that case, that's rectangle type. Like that. Now, that's step 3 out of the way. That. So, as always with a class, we need 2 sections, right? One needs to be private, the other one needs to be public. So I'm gonna say public first. This is gonna be the area where I'm gonna have my user-defined functions. I'm gonna have another section called private. Now, brick type needs members color, length, width, and height. Because color, length, and width are inherited, and as you can see, they are inherited, see? So every member of rectangle type is already in a brick type, right? We should, under private, include one new variable called height, which is going to be a type double, right? Under public, include a setter and a getter function for height. Write their definitions respectively. So I'm going to write the setter function for height. Setter functions are of type void, right? Set height. And it needs to accept a double, which is going to set that value equal to height. So double. And we need a getter function. Now, getter functions return the value in which we're getting. Now, because height is of type double, this function needs to be of type double as well. Get height. I should do it camel case, which is the way I've been doing it. So in case you don't know, camel case is where when you're writing your functions, the first letter of the first word is lowercase, but the first letter of the following words is uppercase. That's what camel case is. And that's how I usually do my whatever, right? So I'll put this over here and we can start writing the definitions now. So get rid of these semicolons. Put squiggly brackets underneath. And then we need to specify that these functions are members of the class. We need to put the name of the class and then colon in front of all of them. So I'm going to copy this, put that here, colon, put it here, colon, just like that, right? So now, because these are functions, I need to give the variables names. So for this double, I'm going to call it D. It doesn't need to be a complicated name, right? And we need to set height equal to whatever we pass into D, right? And as for our getter function, that's very simple. We are just returning the thing in which we're trying to get. So I'm going to say return height, like that. Okay. So looks like we just completed problem 4. Cool. So part 5 says, add 3 new member functions under public. 1 is create a function of type void named print that accepts no parameters. So it's going to be a void. It's going to call print, like that. And then we need to write the definition now. So I'm going to take this, go to the bottom, put it here. I need brick type colon in front of it again. And now the purpose of this print function is that it prints every private member, right? But here's the thing. Rectangle type, because brick type inherits from rectangle type already has a print function where it counts color, length, and width. But I don't have a line that outputs height. So what this question wants you to do is use the scope resolution operator, which is the double colon, to call the print function of rectangle type. And then you add another line that prints height, right? So what I mean by that is that you take this, go back to your brick type class, put that here, and then say cout height. Like that, right? Because by having this here, having this here is the equivalent of having these 3 lines of code here, because this is a function and we're calling the function. Does that make sense? So like if I just commented this out and I just took these 3 lines and put them here, honestly, this and this is the same, but I write this because it's easier. But yeah, so it looks like we finished the print function, right? The next step is to write another function called getVolume that accepts no parameters. It will return a double equal to the volume of the brick, okay? So because this function is returning a double, it needs to be of type double, right? And it's called getVolume. So we need to take this, go to the bottom, put it here, get rid of the semicolon, put brick type colon in front of it again, and then add squiggly brackets like that. So we need to calculate the volume of this brick, right? So what is the volume of a rectangle object? It's going to be length times width times height, right? So I'm going to say double volume equals length times width times height. Like that. And then I'll say return volume. It's pretty easy, right? So we've crossed this out. And then lastly, we need to write a function called getSurfaceArea that accepts no parameters. It'll return a double equal to the surface area of the brick, right? This should say brick. Yeah, my bad. I have a lot of errors in this test. Like if you see them, just correct them. Oh, my bad. So we need a new function called surface area function. Now, because it's returning a double, this function needs to be of type double as well. So get surface area, like that. We'll take this, put it down here, remove the semicolon, put brick type colon in front of it, add squiggly brackets. Now, the surface area is going to be length times width plus length times height plus width times height times 2. We understand why this is the equation, right? Because there's because it's like a cuboid object and there's 6 faces that we have to account for, right? So we're going to say double surface area equals, and we need 3 things: length times width plus length times height plus width times height, right? All in parentheses, and we're going to multiply that by 2. And we're going to say return surface area, like that. So that's that question out of the way. And then lastly, part 6 says add 2 constructors under public. One's going to be a default constructor. The other one's going to be a parameter constructor. We already know how to make those, right? So I'm going to scroll back here up to public. And we need to make 2 constructors. One is default constructor. The other one's the parameter constructor. So the default constructor accepts no parameters, right? So I will just say rec type colon. The other one is going to be this constructor needs to accept variables for each of the private members. So I'm going to say brick type again. But inside of this parentheses, I need to specify the variables in which I'm accepting. So as you know, a brick type contains 4 private members. That's color, length, width, and height. Color, length, and width are inherited, but height is, we had to add that in. Now, their types are string, double, double, and then double respectively. So I'm going to go in here, and I'll say string, double, 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 like that. So here are the prototypes. Now I can start writing the definitions. So I'll take this, go to the bottom, post it here. Let's get rid of this. We need to get rid of these semicolons. Let's add the squiggly brackets. And then we'll put this brick type colon colon in front of both of them again to specify that these are functions of the class. So so for the default constructor, we're going to call the default constructor from the class that we're inheriting from, which is this one, right? So because we want to basically copy this this structure here. So in order to call this function, we just need to call it in the definition itself. So I'm going to have a single colon here and say rectangle type, which is calling the default constructor. Because having this here is the same as having these 3 lines of code in the body of this definition. Does that make sense? So we covered color, length, and width. So we covered this. The only other thing that we need to do is set height equal to 0. So equals 0, like that. So that's the default constructor done. And then last is the parameter constructor. So in order to do this, well, first of all, I need to give these variables names. So I'm going to call this string S. I'll call this double D1, this double D2, and this double D3, like that. And then we need to call the parameter constructor from the class we're inheriting from. So we're going to say rectangle type S1, D1, D2. So single colon rectangle type S, D1, D2, like that. So do we understand that by having this here, this is the same as having these 3 lines of code in the body of this definition. But in order to do that, I have to say the variables in which I'm passing to it, which is going to be S, D1, and D2. And we don't need to specify the data type again. That's why I don't have string in front of here, or double in front of here, or double in front of here. So because I have that, because I called the parameter constructor, now the only thing I need to do is set height equal to D3, which is this variable here. So I will say height equals D3. And that looks like it for question 4. So this looks like everything. Now, the last, before I let you copy this, the last thing I need to do is just to make sure that this works. So here's what I'm gonna do. Don't copy this yet. I'm gonna copy and paste this main.cpp into here, just to see if it works. Like that. Save everything. Let's run it to see if it works. It should. And it does. So if you run your projects one more time and you get this result here, you know that it works and you know that you're finished. So it looks like, yeah, 0, 0, 0, 0 times 0 times 0 is 0, 0. And then as for brick 2, we have, let me put this over here, get the calculator. This should be right, but I'll check anyways. 12 times 13 times 14. Wait. Oh wait, that's a volume. And then the surface area is gonna be, well, I'm not gonna calculate it, but but yeah, that's basically it. So if you can get this to work, you know you're finished. So here's what you need in order to get question 4. Do whatever you need to get this. Take a screenshot or do anything. Like if you need me to scroll down or anything so you can get the rest of it, just let me know. But that's basically all you need for question 4. Okay. Does anyone need anything else?
I think we're good.
You're good. Did everyone get a screenshot of this? Okay.
That's the end of it, right?
Yeah, that's the end of it. Yeah, so
I think I got all of it.
Awesome. Do you know how to submit this test when you're completely done with everything?
Don't you submit every file individually?
Yeah, the main.cpp, rectangle type.h, quick type.h.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, I do need a screenshot. In the midterm, I didn't need a screenshot. This time I do need a screenshot. So it's like, yeah, it's like the midterm, Osman. Yeah, and then rectangle type, you do that yourselves. Yeah, and there's 3 questions telling you how to do it yourselves. And it's extremely similar to the practice midterm, and there's already a video showing you how to do the practice midterm. So
practice final.
Oh yeah, the practice final. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, basically that's it. So does anyone need anything else? It's pretty, like I don't imagine like anyone's like really struggling with this
it doesn't seem too hard.
final. Like Like, there's already a video showing how to do the practice final, and it's almost exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, am I awesome? So, am I good to stop sharing my screen now? Did
Yeah.
everybody get it? Okay, great, great. So, so as of now, like, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much this course. So please submit your final to me before December 11th, because I can't accept them later than that because grades are due shortly after that.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to post this video on my YouTube channel for those students who couldn't attend because of work or anything. But aside from that, I think we're pretty much done. What do you guys say?
Yeah. Pretty
Awesome.
sure this and the video for today, lecture video.
Oh yeah, like yeah, I've been slacking on that last lecture video, but I'll post it eventually. It's kind of hard to record since I'm not at my
Yeah.
apartment right now. Yeah, but yeah, so the other announcement I made before, you can turn in late work for reduced credits, because I want everyone in this class should be able to pass very easily. I hope. Right. But anyways, I think that's it. So nobody needs anything else? Okay. Awesome. So thank you so much for being my class this semester. It's been really, really fun. So,
Thank you.
Professor.
thank you.
Teaching. Have a good winter break too.
Yeah. Same with you guys. All of you stay safe out there and have a good winter break.
Thank you.
So,
Likewise.
I'm gonna. What was that? Did someone need anything? No? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna end this meeting now, if that's cool with you guys.
All right. Thank you again.
All right. Bye.